It's the Flow Friday night sports show. Western Eyre Netball are back in action again last weekend. And when I say last weekend, I mean last weekend. Reanna Freeman joins me on the line. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
I'm well. You had a full weekend of netball last weekend, didn't you?
We certainly did. A trip from home to Penang for Saturday and then a full day meeting on Sunday in Ceduna. So a massive weekend full of sport.
All right. Well, let's talk about that meeting on Sunday. What was it to discuss? What was discussed? What was it all about?
So it was called a development day. So it was more or less just all the clubs coming together and the association exec and just discussing what works this year, maybe some things we can improve on, cementing a few things in our bylaws and constitution so that when it comes to February, March next year, we don't have to deal with all the crap we did this year. It'll just be onwards and upwards with the season.
Well done to everyone who attended that. Good stuff. And let's get into last weekend's results now. We'll start with the close one, which was between traditional rivals Thevenard and Ceduna Blues. We thought this would be tight, and it was. And it was Thevenard in the end over the top of their old rival, 35-33.
Absolutely. So I think we both tipped Thevi in this one, and we were right, but only by 2 points. These guys both sitting third and fourth on the ladder, so we thought it would be close, and both in fantastic form at the right end of the season. From what I've heard, they both won half the game each. So Thevi won 2 quarters and Blues won 2. So I think it just come to who got those last few goals in the last quarter to come away the win. So although Blues lost, I think they'll be really happy to have played such a fantastic game, and they'll sort of know where they sit because they'll actually play against Thevi in the first semi-final. So Thevi happy with the 2-goal win, and I don't think Blues would be too disappointed either.
We move on to a game which wasn't as close, and that was Wirrala. Second on the ladder at the moment. They took on Kinniba, and whoa, they put up 87, if you don't mind, against Kinniba's 19.
There's 2 things to look at in this game. To hold Kinniba just to 19 goals shows that they had a really tight defence, and then to score 87 goals says that not only did they capitalise on every ball, but they obviously shot really well and didn't give anything away. So I think with only one game left to go, Wirrala would be really stoked with such a convincing win, and probably a good game to hit out after not playing for so long.
Yes, indeed. And I should mention too, Cindy Best, I think was the mental health breakthrough round player or personality of the competition. Have I got that right? She won an award anyway.
You have, and I think there's no one better deserving. We had a couple of midweek games out at Wirrala, so we were sort of there for their training. And I mean, I know Cindy personally. She's just a very caring person, not just to those people who are the best athletes, but those people just starting out. She looks after everyone. She's just a great person to have in the club and the association. So well done, well deserved, and well done, Cindy.
Normally I'd have that song queued up, but don't have it on me at the moment.
She'll be most disappointed.
Sorry, Cindy. I'll do my best to sort that out for the future, but well done to you. And the final match of the round, your girls, West Coast Hawks took on Western United, who won't be playing finals this year in the A grade at least, but they put up a good account of themselves. You were too good in the end by 20 and won 51-31.
Yeah, I think in the first quarter, I think Westie shot the first 4 or 5 goals before Hawks even got a goal on the scoreboard. So these girls come out absolutely firing and ready to go after having those few weeks off. And I think Hawks girls were still half asleep and thinking they were in lockdown. But once they got their stuff together, they put a good game together and had quite a good game on the court. But this scoreline never really tells the game with Westies. I mean, there's periods during the game where you would sit back and think the Hawks were dominating, and then other parts of the game it was really well matched. So Westies have got some brilliant players in that team, and just looking for probably 1 or 2 key players, and it would make a massive difference in their team. So disappointing loss for them, but obviously Hawks happy with that 20-goal win.
That leads us into this week, the final minor round of matches. In the A grade, the ladder is basically set in stone pretty much, except for 1 or 2 positions that could trade places. And it is, of course, first and second. So the minor premiership will be up for grabs at Streaky Bay when the West Coast Hawks host Wirrala in the Midwest Cup.
That's right. So we've had a really good hit out against Reanna this year. The first game we played them, we only lost by 1, and the second game we played them, we won by 22. Mind you, they had a few out in that game. So I think this will be an absolute cracking game. We always, even the game that we won last time we played them, it was a really good game, and the score didn't necessarily tell the game. It's got to be mentioned, it is the round for breast cancer, so you'll see quite a lot of pink around. So anyone that gets to a footy match on this Saturday, wear some pink, and there'll be all sorts of pink things for sale in the canteen, so make a donation. But yeah, I think this will be a really good game. I'm not sure. I'm a Hawks girl and I actually coach these girls, so I'm going to sit on the fence this one. I think it'll be a hard match, but I'm saying no more.
Look, I'm going to tip your Hawks girls just because I'm not game enough not to.
You're a smart man.
Other matches, though, we should have a look at those. So, first of all, Western United will get their final hit out of the season. It's grand final day for them against the Thevenard Blues, who will play in the first semi-final, as we mentioned before. So they'll be using this as a tune-up, you would think.
You would. So Blues beat them by 8 in the first round and 20 in the second round. And Blues coach Teresa is very tactical and a very good coach, fantastic netball brain. So I think she'd be hoping to get a few things in place for next week's final. So I'd expect Blues to come out firing for this one and come away with the win.
At Thevenard, they will go to Kinniba, who will play their last game. They're winless at the moment, so it's their last chance, Kinniba, to get a win. But I think Thevenard will be too strong and tune up well for their first semi-final.
Absolutely. They've beaten Kinniba both times, first by 52, second by 53. So why not make it a third time for 54? A bit like Blues, these guys will be super keen to sort a few things out. If there's any last-minute combinations they want to try, now would be the time to do it. So, red hot tip for Devi to come away with a really good win with that one.
Should be an interesting round. Western Eyre Netball continues on final minor round of matches. Anything else as we wrap up, Reanna?
No, just a massive shout out to Tracy and Nari for all the work they've done for this year and the meeting on Sunday, and just all the clubs. It's so fantastic to have had such a fantastic year with how we started to where we are now, and that's a credit to all the people involved. So well done, and wear your mask and get out to a game on Saturday.
Good stuff. Reanna Freeman, all the best to you and your Hawks. We'll catch you next week.
No worries. Thanks for having me.